She whispered during dinner. I slept with him to see if I was really over him. I just said, thanks for the clarity. 2 weeks later, she showed up to the apartment, only to find the locks changed, her bags packed, and a copy of her confession taped to the door. Hey viewers, just a quick thanks. Over 14% of you are already subscribed, and it means the world. If you're new here and enjoy these stories, join the family by hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000. I, 31M Alex, am writing this from my buddy Mike's couch, still processing what happened at dinner 3 hours ago. My girlfriend Natalie, 28F, and I went to Antonio's, this Italian place we've been going to for 2 years. Same table, same server, same routine. We'd been together 3 years total. She'd been staying at my place most nights for the past year, basically moved in without the official paperwork. Things had been weird lately. She'd been distant, working late, glued to her phone. Classic signs, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Tonight felt different though. She kept checking her phone, barely touched her food, seemed nervous about something. Everything okay, Nat? Actually, Alex, I need to tell you something. My stomach dropped. That tone never leads anywhere good. I've been struggling with something for a while now. Okay. Remember when Derek moved back to town 3 months ago? Derek, her college boyfriend, the one she dated for 4 years before we met, the one she swore was ancient history. Yeah, I remember. We've been talking. More than talking on my fork. The restaurant noise faded to background static. How much more? She looked around, then leaned forward and whispered. I slept with him. Direct hit, no sugarcoating, no build-up, just the nuclear bomb dropped casually over pasta. When? Last weekend, when I said I was at Sarah's place. Last weekend, when she came home Sunday evening acting weird, claiming she was tired from girls' night. Why? I needed to know if I was really over him, if what we had was really done. The audacity was stunning. She slept with her ex to test her feelings while living with me. And I think I got my answer. Which is, I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. She destroyed our relationship for a maybe. I sat there for maybe 30 seconds. The server came by asking if we wanted dessert. Natalie waved her away. Alex, say something. Thanks for the clarity. That's it. What do you want me to say, Nat? You cheated on me to figure out your feelings for your ex. You're not sure what those feelings are. Pretty clear where that leaves us. I told you because I want to be honest. I want to work through this. Work through what? You sleeping with Derek to see if you still love him? It's complicated. It's really not. You made a choice. Now I'm making mine. I stood up, put $40 on the table for dinner. Alex, where are you going? Home, to think. Can we please talk about this? We just did. I walked out. She didn't follow. Drove to Mike's place instead of our apartment. Told him everything. His response, dude, what the hell? Been here 3 hours now. Natalie's called 6 times. I haven't answered. Mike brought me a beer and said something that stuck. She didn't slip and fall on Derek's penis, man. She planned this, made a conscious choice to betray you for closure with her ex. He's right. This wasn't a mistake. It was a calculated decision. My phone's buzzing again. Another call from Natalie. Not ready to deal with that yet. Update 1. 24 hours later. Finally went home this morning. Natalie was already at work. Good. The apartment felt different, like someone else had been living there. Which technically someone had. The woman who would cheat on her boyfriend to test her feelings for her ex. I looked around at our shared space, her books mixed with mine, her photos on the walls, her coffee mug still in the sink from yesterday morning. 2 hours ago she'd seemed settled, domestic, committed. Now it all felt fake. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter. An email was still up on the screen from Derek. The subject line read, "This weekend was perfect." I shouldn't have read it, but it was right there. Can't believe how good we still are together. I forgot what I was missing. Derek's response, "So what happens now? What about Alex?" Her reply, "I need time to figure this out. Give me some space to think. Give me space to think." She was putting Derek on pause while she decided whether to dump me or not. I took a photo of the screen with my phone. Evidence of what I was dealing with. Took me 4 hours. 3 years of living together. 4 hours to box up her life. Clothes, books, bathroom stuff, kitchen gadgets she'd brought, decorations, everything. Packed it neat and organized. Labeled each box with contents. Called a locksmith. Had the locks changed by 3 p.m. Cost me $200 but worth every penny. Natalie texted around 4 p.m. Leaving work early. Want to talk when I get home. I didn't respond. 5:30 p.m. My phone started ringing. Natalie, standing outside our apartment building, presumably discovering her tea, didn't work. Didn't answer. 10 minutes later. Alex, what's going on? My tea isn't working. Then, are you home? Why won't you answer? Then, this isn't funny. Let me in. I was at Mike's again watching the whole thing unfold via text. Mike shook his head. She really thought she could confess to cheating and just come home like nothing happened. Around 7 p.m. she figured out what was happening. Did you change the locks? Where are my things? 8 p.m. Alex, this is ridiculous. We need to talk like adults. 9 p.m. You can't just throw me out. I live there too. Actually, I could. The lease was in my name only. Had been from the beginning. She'd been staying over most nights but never officially moved in. No tenant rights, no legal claim to the apartment. 10 p.m. Mike got a call from his girlfriend Sarah. Natalie had shown up at Sarah's place crying, asking if she could crash there. Sarah wants to know what she should do. Tells Sarah that Natalie is homeless because she chose to sleep with her ex-boyfriend to test her feelings. Sarah can make her own decision about harboring a cheater. Sarah apparently told Natalie to work things out with me first. 11 p.m. Alex, please. I made a mistake. Let me come home so we can fix this. Mistake. Like she accidentally ended up naked with Derek. Update 2. 1 week later. The past week has been a masterclass in Natalie's entitlement and manipulation. Day 1, she camped out in the building lobby until the doorman threatened to call security. Day 2, she showed up at my office. I told the receptionist I was in meetings and couldn't see visitors. Day 3, her mom called me. Apparently Natalie had spun some story about us having a misunderstanding and me overreacting. Alex, honey. Natalie is devastated. She says you won't even talk to her. Mrs. Rodriguez, Natalie cheated on me with her college boyfriend. She planned it for weeks. When she told me, she said she wasn't sure if she wanted to be with me or him. Long pause. She didn't tell me that part. There's a lot she probably didn't tell you. Oh my. She's an adult who made adult choices. She can find adult solutions to her problems. Day 4, she tried a different approach. Had Derek text me. Dude, Natalie's a wreck. She says you won't listen to reason. The audacity of this guy texting me about my ex-girlfriend being upset. Derek, she chose you over me. Congratulations. She's your problem now. It wasn't like that, man. She was confused. Confused enough to plan a hotel weekend with you while lying to me. Real confusing. She loves you, not me. Funny way of showing it. Blocked Derek's number. Day 5, Natalie showed up with her sister Elena. They cornered me at the grocery store. Alex, this has gone far enough, Elena said. Natalie made a mistake, but you're being cruel. Cruel how? Locking her out, taking her things, refusing to talk. I didn't take her things, I packed them. They're waiting for her to pick up. She has nowhere to live. Should have thought of that before sleeping with Derek. Everyone makes mistakes. 6 weeks of planning isn't a mistake, Elena. It's a relationship. Natalie finally spoke up. Alex, I choose you. I want to fix this. You don't get to choose me, Nat. You gave up that right when you chose Derek. It was just sex. It didn't mean anything. If it didn't mean anything, why did you need to do it to figure out your feelings? She didn't have an answer for that. Day 6, she tried showing up with coffee and breakfast from our favorite place. I watched from Mike's window as she sat outside the building for 2 hours before giving up. Day 7 yesterday, her approach changed again. Alex, I'm not giving up on us. I know what I did was wrong, but I love you. You love the idea of me as your backup plan. That's not true. You told Derek you needed space to think about what happens next. That's exactly what a backup plan is. I was confused. You were hedging your bets. This morning I made a decision. Time to end this circus. Final update, 2 weeks after the dinner. Today was the day. 2 weeks after Natalie's confession, time to close this chapter permanently. I printed out the photo I'd taken of her email conversation with Derek, made copies and put them in a manila envelope. Wrote a note. Natalie, your belongings are in the lobby. Building manager said they need to be picked up by end of week or they'll be donated. Attached is your email conversation with Derek about needing space to think about what happens next. You chose him to test your feelings. I choose to move on with mine. Don't contact me again, Alex. Went downstairs and taped the envelope to her boxes with a big note. Natalie, instructions inside. Around 2 p.m. my phone started going crazy. Alex, how could you put my private email in that envelope? Alex, anyone could read that. Alex, this is humiliating. Alex, please call me. We need to talk. I didn't respond to any of it. Mike called around 4 p.m. laughing. Dude, Natalie just called Sarah crying. Apparently the building manager saw the envelope and asked what was going on. Natalie had to explain why her belongings were in the lobby with her cheating emails attached. Perfect. Elena texted me that evening. Alex, Natalie is humiliated. The building staff knows what happened. Good. Maybe the next guy she dates will hear about her tendency to sleep with exes to test her feelings. Natalie's mom called again tonight. Alex, I read those emails. I had no idea Natalie had planned this. Now you know why I changed the locks. She's been lying to everyone about what really happened. She lied to me for 6 weeks. Why would she stop now? I'm disappointed in her. This isn't how we raised her. Mrs. Rodriguez, you raised her fine. She's just making poor choices as an adult. What she did was unforgivable. I agree. She's asking if there's any chance. There's no chance. She made her choice. Derek apparently got tired of the drama too. Natalie called him after finding her boxes in the lobby, probably expecting comfort. He told her he'd gotten his answer about their connection and didn't want to see her anymore. So now she's lost both of us. Shocking turn of events. The best part of all this? I never had to argue with her, never had to explain why cheating was wrong, never had to defend my boundaries. I just enforced them. She wanted clarity about her feelings. I gave her clarity about consequences. She chose to sleep with Derek to test her love for him. I chose to pack her bags and change the locks to test my tolerance for disrespect. Turns out my tolerance is 0. Some people think I was harsh. Those people can date cheaters if they want. I'll stick with people who don't need to sleep with their exes to figure out their feelings. The apartment feels like mine again. Clean, peaceful, honest. No more wondering if my girlfriend is planning hotel weekends with other guys. Starting to date again soon. Met someone at a coffee shop yesterday who thinks loyalty is important and that cheating is wrong. Revolutionary concepts, apparently. Natalie wanted to know if she was over Derek. Turns out she wasn't. She also wanted to know if I'd tolerate being treated like a backup plan. Turns out I won't. Sometimes the universe gives you exactly the clarity you need, even when it comes wrapped in your girlfriend's confession over Italian food. Thanks for reading Reddit. Time to find someone who doesn't need to test their feelings by destroying their relationship. Peace.